Imagine being the wealthiest person in the world. Would you give all your money away? Hi everyone, Ken here. Welcome to This House. Today we are exploring the home of Andrew Carnegie. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an exciting episode of This House. In Scotland, the Carnegies lived in poverty. Their entire family shared an attic in an old house, the same attic in which Andrew Carnegie was born in 1835. At the age of 12 years old, he immigrated to the United States with his parents, who were in search of a better life. Andrew went to work immediately, helping his family pay the bills. He worked as a telegrapher all through his teenage years, running letters around the city. He had a great sense of awareness and began investing what little money he earned in railroads, infrastructure, and energy. By 1860, at the age of only 25 years old, he had transitioned into selling bonds, all the while investing money back into the stock market. With the railroad industry exploding, he saw an opportunity. Steel was in short supply, but the demand for it was growing every day. He began cashing in on his stocks and used the money to found Pittsburgh's Carnegie Steel Company, which enabled him to become one of the wealthiest men in the United States. He attempted to blend into the upper echelons of society by building a large brownstone on Millionaire's Row in Manhattan, but he never could get used to the lifestyle. The Vanderbilts, Clarks, and other notable families were leading increasingly lavish lifestyles and choking out the city with their obscenely large mansions, piled one on top of the other. He thought there must be a better way to spend so much money, that the amount of money his neighbors had could be enough to change the world and really help the less fortunate. In 1901, he would get the chance to put his philosophy into action, after selling Pittsburgh's Carnegie Steel Company to U.S. Steel, a newly formed organization set up by J.P. Morgan for over $300 million, or the modern-day equivalent of about $10 billion, making Andrew Carnegie the wealthiest man in the world. He hired architects Babb, Cook, and Willard to design him a spacious home. Andrew told them that he wanted the most modest, plainest, and most roomy house in New York. The architects obliged, and designed for him a neo-Georgian estate rising 4 stories above ground and ascending 3 stories below ground. The facade's first level was clad in limestone, and preceded by 2 stories of red brick below a limestone balustrade concealing the finished attic. The mansion was set in the middle of a large lot and surrounded by a wrought iron fence with matured trees planted sparingly surrounding the property. The gardens were very important for Andrew, as he was quoted as saying, "The precious little life that comes to us needs the park and the sunshine." The construction of the house became somewhat of a modern marvel, as it not only boasted a steel frame, but included air conditioning, water filters, and boilers to provide steam in the house. The interior of the home, while not as ornate as many mansions from its era, was grand nonetheless. Entering through a vestibule into the main hall, you would be brought to the reception room with high ceilings rounding out overhead. The central window featured a stained glass portion crafted by famous artist Louis Comfort Tiffany. Traveling down the main hall, you would arrive at the library, with half-height bookcases surrounding an intricately carved mantel adorned with busts. A wooden cartouche was set centered above the fireplace on the picture rail, with graphic wallpaper set below the crown molding. The ceiling was a webbing of geometric designs, with alternating patterns set inside of each section. Walking back into the hall, you would encounter a pipe organ. The organist would arrive early every morning and begin playing music at exactly 7 a.m. to gently wake the household. You could then find the dining room set along the back of the house, with views towards the expansive gardens. With parquet floors set below half-height wood paneling, the light piercing the rounded windows gave this room a warm glow, which reflected from the coffered ceiling. Going upstairs, you would find the teak room, serving as the family's private library. Imported from both India and Burma, the teak was masterfully carved to create intricate wood panels and corbels below the hand-stenciled ceiling. Ascending further in the house, the stair hall boasted stained glass not only on the ceiling, but set between the banisters on the floor to allow for an amazing array of natural light to flood the lower levels, with each level having a different geometric pattern set in the glass panels. While living in the mansion, Andrew Carnegie became a model philanthropist, the likes of which the world had never seen. He gave away over $350 million, or the modern-day equivalent of about $10 billion to charities, libraries, and universities. Upon his death, in 1919, he left large sums for each of his family members, including his servants who he said, "are as members of my family." Mrs. Carnegie lived out the rest of her life in the house until 1946, when it was willed to the Carnegie Corporation. In 1972, it was then donated to the Smithsonian Institution and granted landmark status in 1974. Today, the mansion is mostly intact and open to the public as the Cooper Hewitt Smithsonian Design Museum and can be visited year-round. What did you think about this mansion? Let me know down below in the comments section. And while you're there, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an exciting episode of This House. I would also like to take a moment to say a special thank you to our This House supporters whose names you can see on screen right now. If you would like to see your name on this screen, please consider joining our membership program today. I'll see you next time on This House.